Guys, so I'm going to go over how to write the equation of a circle in standard and in general form um, just from a given radius and a center point. Okay, so if you guys actually want to follow along, this is number 10 in the review that I gave you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So for this problem, they give us that the radius is going to be equal to 5. Alright, and then they also tell us that our center point, so in other words HK, is equal to 3 and 4. Okay, so first thing we want to do is put it in standard form. So for you guys who don't remember what standard form looks like, um, it looks like this. So this is the standard form. It is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and this is equal to your radius squared. Okay, so that's pretty much the standard form. Okay, so you can see from this form you have your center in your h and k, and then you also have your radius included. Okay, so pretty much if you want to write this circle equation in standard form, it's pretty much just a matter of plugging in your radius into your r right here and your h and k into your h and k. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that in. So I'll do this in a different color. Let's see. So we'll have x minus, and we're going to put this h right here, 3, okay, squared, plus y minus k, which is 4, squared, and this is going to be equal to our radius squared, which is just going to be 5 squared. Okay, and that's it. You are done writing it in the standard form. So that's done. It's just as easy as that. Okay, so now the next part, to change it into general form, it's not hard, it's just a little tedious to do, but pretty much for you guys who are good at expanding equations, or who are good at foiling, you guys shouldn't have too much of a problem with this. Okay, so pretty much I'm going to change the color so you guys know that now um, I'm expanding it to the general form. Okay, so recall that the general form, I'll just put GF, is equal to x squared plus y squared, oops, plus ax plus by plus c, and this is all going to be equal to, oops, that doesn't look like a good equal sign, is all equal to 0. Okay, so this is how the general form looks. So pretty much our goal here is to expand all of this junk and reorganize it so that we have something that looks more like this right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So first let's change the way this is written. That way we can start expanding. So remember, anything that's squared is just that part multiplied by itself, right? So x minus 3 squared can be written as x minus 3 times x minus 3, right? And then the same thing can be said for y minus 4. So y minus 4, I know my 4's and y's look just the same, sorry. So y minus 4 times y minus 4. Okay? And then of course this is all equal to 5 squared, which I will just change that to 25 now. So equals to 25. Okay? So let's start by distributing this stuff. Okay? So this times this is going to give me x squared. This times that is going to give me negative 3x. Now we move on to our next term. So negative 3 times x, also going to give me a negative 3x. And then negative 3 times negative 3 is going to give me a positive 9. Okay? And then we're going to add all this stuff now. So y times y is going to give me y squared. So that was y times y. Y times negative 4 is going to give me negative 4y. Negative 4 times y is going to also give me negative 4y. And then negative 4 times negative 4 is going to give me positive 16. Okay? And this will all be equal to 25. Very cool. Okay, so this looks closer. It's at least it doesn't look like this anymore, right? But it looks closer to this. It's just we got to reorganize everything and combine any terms that we have. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by. Well, you know what? Let's combine like terms first of all. So let's do that. So this 3x and this 3x will combine, right? So all of that would turn into a negative 6x. And this is x squared plus 9 plus y squared. And this will turn into negative 8y plus 16 equals to 25. Okay? Cool. So this looks better. So now let's just go ahead and reorganize it so that we have our x squared and our y squared next to each other, our x and our y next to each other, and then just some number right there. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to have x squared, right? And then we're going to have our y squared. And I like to cross out as I go. I tell my students this because it's easy to keep track of. So I used my x squared and I used my y squared, so I'm crossing those out. Now I'm going to put my minus 6x. Cool, so I'll cross that out. Minus 8x, or I'm sorry, 8y. I'll cross that out as well. And then I'll have to put my 9 and 16 together, so what's 9 plus 16? We end up getting just, I think it's 25. And this equals to 25. Cool. So this looks really close exactly to this, right? Except one thing, what do you guys notice about over here? We have this equal to 0, so it's not quite there. So in order for this to be in general form, we need to get rid of this, whatever is on this side, right? So in this case, it's this 25. So what we will do is we are going to subtract 25 from this side, and we will also subtract 25 from this side. Coincidentally, there is a 25 over here as well, so they will exactly cancel out on both sides. But sometimes you might have a leftover on this side, and that's just fine as well. Okay, so we end up getting x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 8y, and there should be a number here, that c part right here. There should be a c, but since it canceled, it's not going to be there, so then we'll just put equals to 0. Okay, and that's it. You have it in standard and general form. Okay, the last thing on that problem wants you to do also is it does want you to graph it, right? So we'll go ahead and just graph it real quick. So I tell my students it's pretty easy to graph. I'm not too picky about how you graph it, but as long as you know kind of the basic idea, okay? So you're going to use your center point to just find where your circle is. So we're going to go 3 and 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And by no means is my graph going to be at all accurate, so no worries there. So we have our point here, which is our center, at 3, 4. And then from here, we're going to use our radius to find how the circle is going to pretty much look. So our radius is 5, so that means we can go up 5, down 5, left 5, and right 5, right? So we'll go up 5, so we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that would be like about right there. And then we're going to go left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I tell my students not to really stress it. As long as they have an idea of how to graph it, it's okay with me. So yeah, you're going to see that my circle is going to be super horrible, but it's just okay like that for me, okay? So that's kind of how you graph it. Of course, you could probably sketch it a little better. I just, I don't really care. So, and also I'm not used to this pen, so But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the whole process on how to get from the standard form to the general form. If you guys are interested in going from the general form to the standard form, that'll be in another video. Okay? Alright. Like the video and subscribe or you get a 0. Just kidding. Alright, bye.